So Sony has now finally announced the PS5 Pro and it will be coming to India pretty soon. So if you're planning on buying the PS5 Pro for yourself, here's something which you should know. Well, I'm not going to talk about what the PS5 Pro gets, rather let's talk about what the PS5 Pro misses out over its predecessor, the original PlayStation 5. Well, for starters, the PS5 Pro doesn't get a disc variant, well, at least not directly bundled in the box. So if you're planning on playing your game discs, you'll have to purchase the additional accessory, that is a disc player, separately, and you won't get it directly in the box as you did get it in the original PlayStation 5. And of course, another thing to note is that the PS5 Pro will not be getting a vertical stand bundled in the box, just like the PS5 Slim. You're gonna have to shell out your money again if you want to mount your PS5 Pro on a vertical orientation. So Sony really trying hard to make a lot of money here, again where the original PlayStation 5 really excelled because it provided both horizontal and a vertical stand within the box. And as far as I know, there are no bundled offers yet for games, and of course the prices they have announced are for the non-bundled variants. So if you bundle in some games, the price is going to probably shoot up even more. The original PlayStation 5 was priced at about 50 to 55,000 rupees for the disc variant and about 40 to 45,000 for the digital only variant. Well, the newly announced PS5 Pro is priced at $699, that's about $700, and this comes to a price of about 60,000 rupees without the taxes. So if you add in the tax part, you will get the PS5 Pro non-disc digital only variant close to a price of about 70 to 75,000 rupees. No bundled games, no disc version, no vertical stand, plain PS5 Pro digital only variant for close to 75,000 rupees. And if you're planning on adding the additional disc player, it's gonna cost you upwards of 10,000 rupees. So this will bring the price close to 85 to 90,000 rupees if you're gonna get the disc model, or should I say the PS5 Pro with the additional disc player accessory. That's close to 1 lakh rupees, and you probably will get two PlayStation 5s within that price range, or you can build a really good gaming PC within that price range. There are no drastic differences between the appearance of the original PS5 and the PS5 Pro. Of course, there are 3 stripes, wherein the PS5 Slim did get a 1 stripe in the middle of the console. Except for that, everything else practically remains the same to give you a more balanced aesthetic look. Alright, so enough bashing on the price part. Let's check what the PS5 Pro gets over the original PS5. For starters, one main complaint with the PS5 was its very low minimal storage, about 800 plus GB of storage. That problem gets solved in the PS5 Pro because you get a 2 TB internal storage that's sufficient to store most of the large sized games which you want to play on your PlayStation 5. Secondly, the PS5 Pro is going to get a larger GPU, giving you an overall 45% boost in rendering capacity. So even in my personal experience, the original PS5 does tend to lag a bit here and there in terms of rendering far off fields. That problem should be solved in the PS5 Pro with its larger GPU size. The PS5 Pro also gets advanced ray tracing, which is even better compared to the ray tracing provided in the OG PS5. So this should give you a more accurate kind of a reflection of light, refractions of light, and this should give you a much more immersive experience within the game you're trying to play. Lastly, the PS5 Pro also gets a super cool new feature called as PSSR. This is the PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. This is nothing but AI driven upscaling. So say goodbye to choppy video games, because the AI driven upscaling is going to add in that extra detail, add in that extra data to give you that accurate view of even of the far off effects within any sort of a game which you might want to play. So generally the closer aspects which is quite near to the camera are focused pretty well, and the far off objects do tend to lose out their clarity. But due to the AI driven upscaling, the PSSR effect, the far off objects will also carry a similar kind of a quality and a sharpness, giving you a completely immersive view for the game you're playing on the PS5 Pro. Now, one thing which I would like to talk is that the original PS5 supports performance mode, which means it can support 60 FPS gameplay, but at the cost of reducing the ray tracing and at the cost of reducing kind of the resolution of the game. So what's the difference between the PS5 Pro and the OG PS5 if both can run 60 FPS games? Well, here's the thing. The PS5 Pro has the tech to give you that complete ray tracing effect, complete resolution effect, along with giving you the 60 FPS, wherein the PS5 original can give you 60 FPS, but at the cost of directly reducing the resolution a bit or even reducing the kind of ray tracing you get in a game. Not that the overall game experience is affected drastically in the OG PS5, you cannot make out the difference straight away, but for those who are extremely concerned about getting the highest possible video quality at the highest possible frame rate, the PS5 Pro should be your definite choice. But if you're a casual gamer and you're not so much into getting the highest possible resolution at the highest possible frame rate, you just want to enjoy the game the way it is given to you, the OG PS5 will probably still suit you the best. Also, some of the older titles, the PS4 games which are not actually for 60 FPS gameplay, can be pushed up to 60 FPS in the PS5 Pro. So those who are looking to play some classic games, the older games of the PlayStation generation at the highest possible frame rate of 60 FPS, your chance would be the best with the PS5 Pro. This feature is called as the PS5 Pro Game Boost, and this will apply to more than 8,000 games of the previous generation. The PS5 Pro also launches with the latest generation Wi-Fi 7. I haven't seen Wi-Fi 7 in the market lately, but still the PS5 Pro is going to support it, and that's super cool thing because this is going to make the PS5 Pro future-proof for a longer time. VRR and 8K gaming is also supported. That's what Sony says, and that's what even the OG PS5 was supposed to support. So the pre-orders for the PS5 Pro will be available from September 26th to up to October 10th based on the retailer, and of course the PS5 Pro will start shipping from November 2024. So it's safe to say by the end of this year you might get your hands on the PS5 Pro, and if you're looking to buy the PS5 Pro in the Indian market, you should definitely consider the price point, and you should definitely consider the expectation you're having from the PS5 Pro. And if you already own a PS5, is it going to be a good upgrade? Well, that's a murky territory because I don't really consider PS5 Pro such a huge update to shell out double the amount of money for the PS5 for a PS5 Pro. I'd rather wait for the PlayStation 6. If you're coming from a PS4 and you don't want to get the PS5 and jump into the PS5 Pro, makes kind of a more of a sense there. But jumping from a PS5 to PS5 Pro, not such a drastic difference. For the price, it's not such a huge deal, which is my personal opinion. Now there might be some hardcore gamers who might disagree with me, and I don't complain. If you're going to want to have a best possible experience, the best gaming experience, and you don't have limits on the kind of money you want to spend for it, the PS5 Pro, you can definitely go ahead and grab it because it's what best 2024 can offer in terms of the best possible gaming experience. So this was my quick overview of the latest announcement of the PlayStation 5 Pro. I'll be checking out the PlayStation 5 Pro pretty soon as well on my channel. So if you are interested in taking a deep look at the PS5 Pro, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Facebook, Insta and the WhatsApp page. The links to those are given in the description as well. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.